So I put up that I was going to do a video about there's this big, there's a couple, but there's a big myth about the whole self-love story. And for me, the biggest myth is that I have to do something in order to figure it out, or I have to do something in order to deserve the understanding that I love myself. And the other one is that there's somewhere to get to. That like, well, I don't love myself now, but if I do A, B, and C, then I'll love myself. If I have the perfect body, if I have the perfect bank account, if I have the perfect job, if I have the perfect man, if I have the perfect children, if I have the perfect life, then I'll love myself. If I go to the right retreat, if I read the right books, if I pray long enough, then I'll love myself. These are the very things that keep the awareness that you are love itself kind of out of your awareness. It's really interesting. There's nothing you ever have to do. You could sit and be a bump on a log, and you are loved, and you are enough simply because you exist. This is simple information. It's right in front of, it's right there all this time. You've known it every moment of your life, even if you don't realize it yet. There's nowhere to get to. There's nothing you have to do to be enough. You are love itself. The fact that you respond or hit like, or that your eyeballs even saw my post today on Facebook, there's just love is happening, and there's nothing you can't get away from it. It's just here. So I'd like to answer some questions. The first one was, why does loving oneself sound so foreign? Foreign is kind of like, for me, when I think of foreign, it's kind of like something that's kind of interesting and kind of scary and, kind of all mixed into one. And I think the thing about loving yourself is that you're not learning to love yourself. You're remembering. Because when you were 3 or 4 years old, man, you were awesome. There was not a question in your mind that you hadn't started playing that I'm not good enough and I'm a bad person kind of thing. You were just like experience, like pure experience, and you just loved everything. And you loved yourself. You loved every part of you. It's like your fingers and your hands and your belly and your bum. It was all fascinating. It was like magical, this body thing and this personage thing. It was just all magic. It still is. So it's not foreign, it's just something you're remembering. Which may appear like it's far off. It's not. There's another one that says, please comment on why it took other souls and me so long to fall in love with myself. It didn't. It just appears that way. It's just remembering. Being able to take a moment in this moment and remember that you love yourself, even if you feel like you don't. You're it. You're this love that we speak of. Then I got another response that says, setting high standards for yourself, demanding a lot, and of course failing those from time to time. How do you keep the love during those moments of failure? Because that could make you stronger rather than listening to the I'm not good enough. I'm not that good anyway, so I might as well not even try because I can't kind of little voice in your head. High standards. It's like, in my experience, what I noticed was that failure doesn't exist. That helped me a lot to notice that I can't fail and I can't make mistakes. It's like everything, and there's no success, and it's just experience. It's like, oh, this is happening and that's happening, but this is not a failure and that is not a failure. And if I come up short in any way, like if I yell at my kids, or I deload my workout on a non-deload day, or I skip my workout altogether. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I'm just really gentle with myself. It's like the first step is when you hit that place where you feel like you're failing, just be gentle with yourself. It's okay. that I didn't meet that whatever standard I set. Because that standard is just, it's just made up anyway. It's just made up. We made it up. It's like when you make up being a princess when you're a kid, that standard is made up too. So when the feeling that you haven't met something, comes, it's just about being really gentle with yourself. Like, oh, okay, and notice really what that's about. And what helped me with that too is like, not necessarily positive thinking, but like kind of rearranging what I looked at as success. So like if I hold my handstand 1 second longer, when I'm done, I dance around for joy. You know, when I find ways to have success in everything that little, like the tiniest little thing, and that tends to help in the beginning. But it really was for me the shift to seeing that I can't fail. I can just learn and be kind to myself when I remember and when I can. Sometimes it's, I forget. And that hurts, and that pain of forgetting leads me back to the loving, to being caring. And another thing that really helps me is if you really get in that place where I'm such a failure and I can't do it and all of that, just ask yourself, if I was someone that I loved more than anything in the whole world, how would I talk to myself right now? How would I treat me if I was that most loved person in my world? That helps me a lot. So this self-love thing is a journey. It's never ending. You never arrive like, ta-da, I have arrived and now I'm gonna love myself forever. Although there is like a part of that that's true, it's a journey, and it's like piece by piece. And even yesterday I found a piece and I was like, oh, I thought I was done with that, and it was just the next piece of just even that. I love even that. I love even my resistance. I love even my orneriness. I love even my fear. And just being able to, it's like, for me, it goes beyond the word love, and it becomes like tenderness and kindness and like a really deep sweetness for myself. And I can't wait to see you again. Thank you for coming.